everyone. Welcome to LexTalk, World Talk Show presented by Clickaway Creators. Today, we have Mr. Marwan with us. Marwan is a member of Beirut Bar Association with 13 plus years of experience in arbitration, litigation, and commercial consultancy. As of now, he's working as a General Counsel at Almoayed Chambers, Legal and Business Solutions. When I talk about his organization, Almoayed Chambers, it's a professional services law firm based in Kingdom of Bahrain. The firm is specialized in providing legal and business solutions to organizations, investors, high net worth individuals or families, and politically exposed people. It is also a multicultural and multilingual, blending international experience with local knowledge to bring the real value to businesses, operations, and strategic outlooks. Absolutely, I can go on and on, but without any further ado, let me just introduce you to the man himself, Marwan, who's going to share more about his journey as a legal professional, and he's also going to throw light on his firm. So, hello, Marwan. How are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I am absolutely amazing. Thank you for asking, Marwan. It's a pleasure to have you with us. We're really, keen on knowing how exactly you decided to dive into law and how your journey has been so far.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say that thank you for considering me for this prestigious award, and it's really a privilege. And as a summary of my journey, it started 13 years ago. As a lawyer, my experience included corporate matters, commercial arbitration, and to a lesser degree, Sharia and criminal matters. And throughout of which I managed to acquire a master in business and hopefully soon a Ph.D. in law. And currently, as you said, I'm the General Counsel at Almoayed Chambers, which is established in Bahrain beginning in 2010 and exponentially growing ever since as one of the leading law firms in the country.
Thank you so much for sharing about your journey, Marwan. At the same time, you have had 13 plus years of experience in the legal space. I'm sure that you must be thinking that this is a really unfair question, but I would really like to know about the complex legal issue that you have worked on, or maybe describe the complexity and tell us how you kind of approached it.
Well, the complexity of any legal issue or any other issue basically is a subjective matter. It is relative to one's understanding of the issue at hand, and meaning that the complexity for lawyers is contingent upon lawyers' own understanding and previous knowledge and expertise upon the subject at hand. And on this basis, we can rephrase your question by saying that if I want to handle a legal case that is new to me, in which way I can handle it. And answering that, it's all related to one's personal skills, and especially, or the most important of which is having the patience to thoroughly study the legal issue at hand from all its angles, starting with the laws, the case precedent, and the available doctrine. And at the end of this process, then you get to sense that the complexity is fading away, and the case at hand would be much clearer, and you can understand it even better. So basically, there is no per se complex matter. So it's all depends on the personal trait, as I said.
Thank you very much for sharing this. Okay, so as you've seen, pandemic has seen courts begin, they're moving towards more remote proceedings, and thanks to pandemic, do you think this is a sustainable and a possible way to increase access to justice?
Regarding the pandemic, I believe it was a trigger that the trigger for the early adoption of the remote online proceedings in legal proceedings. So basically, and that adoption was, in my opinion, inevitable in order to follow the trend in the commercial sector and also to reap the benefit and the practicality of remote proceedings in terms of time saving and cost reduction. But unfortunately, as in all cases, all other area where technology has a great influence, we are missing the direct personal, interaction with the litigation stakeholders such as judges, witnesses, and colleagues. And this comes, pretty important, especially during, witnesses and investigation sessions, where some of the facts, some of the meaning and the intention would be lost, between brackets in translation or throughout the internet medium, and I have this idea that whenever you ask or you think of lawyers, you would have this idea drawn in your mind of a person in a robe, engaging in an eye-to-eye conversation with the judge in defense of a wrongfully accused person. This idea is fading away, and the lawyers are no more speaking this body language anymore.
Very well said. Thank you so much, Marwan. Of course, there are a lot of different views and opinions of different people, different jurisdictions on this, but I'm really glad that you shared yours. So how would you rate the current legal system's drive, like, towards encouraging the access to justice? Since we are on that, is there like a tangible movement in closing the justice gap, according to you?
Well, justice gap is, can be spotted in any legal system in any country, basically, and which is a natural phenomenon, given the continuous evolvement of communities, ever engaging in the new ways of interaction. So basically, but such gaps should not be, forgotten or just lay there unspotted, or else it would grow into a hole in the system. And that's where the authorities come to play in order to fill those gaps, those legal gaps, as soon as possible. And that's, if I may say, Lady Justice, demands constant care and its balance, constant readjustment towards fairness for all.
All right, that's absolutely amazing. Uh, Now we are actually on that topic. We've talked about the pandemic, how things are changing, and how technology is kind of a savior, you know, uh, and because of which everything is happening the same way as it was. So in this era of legal technology, what are like the most commonly used tools for you?
Of technology, I would speak of the mother of all technology, which is the internet technology. And even money now has been created over this internet, over this parallel universe, if I may say. Speaking of cryptocurrency, which is the current talk of everyone. But that's another subject. Maybe we'll discuss it later on. But from a legal perspective, speaking of internet, it gave lawyer an immense legal library, which we lawyer wouldn't have dreamt of before the internet age. Now access to knowledge is no longer a privilege or a right given to some and not the other. And access to knowledge now became a public asset that is available for all. But 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 this asset is in a raw status, and lawyers need to have the right personal skill that we spoke of before, in order to mine this raw information and to process it and to transform it into a useful tool that can be handy on any legal case at hand.
At the same time, when you're talking about all of this, let's talk about time, Marwan. So time, obviously, we all know that in any profession is it's money, and in legal, of course, uh, it's a really hectic thing because you guys have to keep studying through and through for each and everything that you're doing in your professional career. How do you ensure that you make the best of your time as a lawyer? Like, do you do anything differently so that you can save up on some time, or catch up on things that are already scheduled? How do you manage it?
Yes, so time is money, that's right. And even in the legal profession, calculating our fees in terms of time spent is a usual practice. But time is even more valuable than that. I recall an esoteric quote from a book which is very dear to me. It's called Time and Its Unknown Dimension by Dr. Majdarani. And it says a really nice quote there. It's like time in the future, would be more valuable than life itself. And if you think of that, you will realize the obvious that our life is limited by time. Eventually we would cease to exist, and then we'll move to another place where not even, and we cannot bring with us any penny, and then what I believe that the only money that between brackets that we can bring with us is our good deeds. So basically, the question to be asking here then, how shall I use my lifetime in the most profitable way? And this applies to our legal profession, given the huge chunk of time, as you said, that takes of our life. Hours and of hours of studying cases and following up with the clients. And answering this question would be, how shall I use my professional time in order to generate good deeds? And speaking of good deeds, it's in our practice, it is basically to protect and defend others' right. And that's the sworn oath every lawyer is committed to, basically. And we at Almoayed Chambers, we made this idea in practice, and we call it the guiding principle, that's the motto of our law firm, which is righting wrongs. And basically, following this principle, we only take righteous, rightful cases, and reject the non-rightful one, basically.
Thank you so much for sharing such great insights with us, Marwan, of course. It obviously was a pleasure having you with us today. Unfortunately, we have come to an end of this beautiful conversation. But I really look forward to some more conversations like these where we can talk about some other trending topics in the legal space. So thank you so much. It was lovely having you. And for our viewers, if you like this chat with Marwan, please like and share this video. And please do not forget to subscribe to Clickaway Creators YouTube channel to appreciate what we do. And you have more coming from industry legal leaders like him. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. This is Bharti for LexTalk signing off.